good, guys? Welcome to PhilmPod, where we break down films in the way anyone can enjoy. Whether you're new to movies or a seasoned fan, you're in the right place. And as it's obvious right now, not to my left is my homeboy Izzy. He's busy this week, but we're going to go doing a solo episode real quick. Just want to thank you guys for being here, and also thank you for tuning in every single week when it comes to this podcast. It means the world to me, and I'm just happy we're where we are. Like, we're close to getting 200 subscribers. If you guys can like, subscribe, and follow PhilmPod, I would appreciate that. Also, for you movie lovers out there, there's going to be some hot movies coming out. And I know you guys enjoy what I be saying, what Izzy be saying, what everybody who gets a chance to get in this pod gets to say. But we would appreciate it if you guys subscribe, because we would love to hit that 200 subscriber goal and more. If we can get to 1,000, that'd be awesome. But either way, let's get into this episode real quick, just to give you guys a rundown of what we're going to be talking about. We're definitely going to be reviewing the Super Mario Bros. Movie, the drama, and to finish it off, what we've been watching if you guys are still here trying to chill and hang out. But let's get into it with Super Mario Galaxy. If you guys don't know, Super Mario Galaxy is a video game that I really, really love. I think that was the very first game I ever played, like, ever. Like, I had, like, a cheap version of the Nintendo. It wasn't really, I couldn't really call it a Nintendo 64. It was, like, one of those games that my mom got me, or game console my mom got me, and it was very retro, very, like, you know, first-time game type thing, but I enjoyed it. It had I think either 80 games already downloaded on there, 100, but I was able to play a lot of old games. There was this old Batman game I loved. There was this old, shooting game that I really liked, but the one game I really loved to play was Super Mario, and they had the very, like, old retro, like, almost looking like paper, or, like, not even three-dimensional type of Mario game on there, and I played that a billion times. This was when I was very young. This was way before the Wii, but right when we get to the Wii, I played Wii Sports, I played everything, but the one game I really wanted to play was Super Mario Galaxy. I love that game. I finished it a little while ago, like, I want to say 7 years ago, and the game came out when I was, like, I think 9 or 10. I forgot when. But either way, really loved it. Remember a lot of the game. Remember the sound bites. And let me tell you, this movie did a very good job of making it as accurate as possible to the game. Like, with the sound bites, with the soundtrack, which I really fell in love with when I heard the, like, theme playing whenever it showed the beginning theme of the game. Even when they were at the festival in the movie, it was so cool to hear that theme playing in the background of, I think it was the little light festival they had, but it was just so much nostalgia for me. I was in love. Also, I was in love with the colors of this movie. This looked incredible. I know a lot of people are, and I'm going to get to that in a little bit, were complaining about different stuff, but let's be for real. The animation is unbelievable. Like, Illumination does a very good job with this movie, and I was just unbelievably impressed. Like, I had a very fun time with my friends watching it. I had a very fun time with everybody else in the crowd watching it. There were a lot of kids, but also a lot of adults in the crowd. We got to watch it in IMAX, and it looked incredible on a big screen, but I had a lot of fun. I think that's the most important thing with this movie. Like, I think people forget this is a video game movie that they're trying to make an adaptation for. I don't know if the whole mission is to, like, beat everybody else. I think it's just to give us entertainment, and that's what I felt with this movie. Just getting into some negatives real quick. Let me slow it down. Big complaint I was hearing, and I try to stay away from the complaints because 3 years ago, Super Mario Bros. Comes out. Everybody's complaining about the story, this and that, saying it's, you know, not all that. Let's remember these movies are built for kids. Like, I know my generation played Super Mario Galaxy and all that, and I know there's a generation that played Super Mario Bros., the original one. But once again, this is an animated cartoon movie for kids. Like, I'm going in not even expecting a crazy story. I'm expecting just some Super Mario parkour, go to different worlds, do some crazy stuff, eat a mushroom type of stuff. That's all I'm expecting. With kids, they probably didn't even play the games. They probably have. Maybe they have a version on Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, whatever they have now. But they probably played whatever game was right there. They didn't have what we have. So they're still new to this. I know they're still building the world. I know it's the Nintendo universe they're trying to make, but this is something still new to so many kids. There's probably kids who haven't even played on Nintendo Switch, anything. And they probably were just like, this looks so cool, let's watch it. That's the whole point. I don't know why everybody's so angry about, like the biggest complaint, movies super short. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Last time I checked, when it comes to animated movies, a lot of them are an hour 30, a lot of them are hour 40. If it even gets hour 50 or 2 hours, that's a blessing. Because I love animated movies. Like, it's cool to see people come up with this stuff. But remember, this is built for kids. A lot of them, and I'm not trying to make fun of kids, I'm just saying, a lot of them don't have the attention span to be in a theater for 2 hours or 2 hours and 30 minutes and just focus on a story. They want to see a really bright movie with some really bright colors, and they want to see some crazy, like, whether it's action, whether it's crazy, funny, silly moments, that's what they want to see. And I mean, right now, Super Mario's doing well. Like, I think that's really cool. But I just want to say, it did feel short. It did feel short. But it honestly impressed me how they still told some type of story while having all of what they had in the movie in it. Like that really impressed me. Like the pace they were going and the fact that we still knew exactly what was going on. It wasn't just like we went away from a story and then they forget about that and they jump to the next one and then we're left there like, well, what about this? What about that? We were still on the ride, still going the same like way the whole time, and I thought that was very cool. Like, yeah, there was a character over here, there's a character over there, but in the first movie that was the same way. Luigi was over here, Mario was over there, and they met. This movie, Peach is over here, Mario's over here, Bowser's over here, Rosalina's over here, like, you know, a lot of that, but still conjoined together in a very cool way, in a very fast pace. That impressed me. I was able to pay attention to it, but I was also just too locked in on all the worlds they were trying to go to, all the worlds they were getting to. Like when they, spoiler alert, when they went to the little bee planet, I love that planet when I was playing the games, the Super Mario Galaxy game. Loved being a little bee Mario. I was kind of bummed that he didn't turn into a bee, but hey, it's going to be future movies. I'm not tripping, but I just really love the fact that we went to a lot of different worlds. I like how even the one thing I really wanted to see, because I love in Super Mario Galaxy when you do land on a planet and you get to go around that planet as Mario and you have to look, because sometimes there's enemies on the planet there, like whether it's a mushroom, whether it's a little worm traveling through the dirt, or something like that. It's really cool to actually see a moment where they had him, Yoshi, Peach, and Luigi travel through after they hit the star. Like that was the most important thing. I love that soundbite when Mario jumps, or when you finish a world and the star shows up, you gotta spin the Wii remote, and all you hear is woo, and then boom, he just gets shot up like a cannon. That happened twice in this movie, and I was very happy. If that didn't happen, I would have been sad, because that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part of Super Mario Galaxy. Little star that just whooshes you off like a cannon, and then you traveling through, whether you're going through a little water planet, or even sliding through on the side looking at another planet. When you land on that new planet and you just circle around it, it's so fun. But that's what happened in this movie a couple times, and I went, ooh, this is cool. Yes, I will say, once again, I just went on a huge rant. It's built for kids. Story shouldn't be important. But the story did feel like it took a step back from the first movie. The first movie felt like a little bit more of something you follow, and it felt more focused. This one, it's not like it wasn't focused. It just felt very short and very simple, which I'm okay with. But at the same time, if I am comparing it to the first one, wasn't as good. It wasn't. But I still was impressed. I still was. The cameos that they had in this movie, obviously, one of them was ruined by us. It was still awesome to see him show up. And that person, spoiler alert, is Fox. When Fox shows up, my theater still got lit. I was very lit because it was awesome. He's working on a spaceship. He's getting asked to fly Peach and Toad off to a galaxy, I believe. Help him. It's dangerous. And he's like, I can do it. That was tough. That was awesome. I was very excited when that happened because Fox is one of my favorite characters. But there were a couple other characters that I remember when I was playing Super Smash Bros. That showed up in this movie, and I cannot remember who they were. I remember my friends were freaking out. I just remember seeing them. I don't remember their names, but makes me more and more think 1000% that they're going to make a Super Smash Bros. Movie. I really feel like it's going to happen. And if it does happen, that will be awesome. I hope that it happens. I would love to see what that type of movie would look like. Because I think when I got back from theaters, I did see some people watching the first movie again. And watching that Donkey Kong versus Super Mario fight was still really cool to me again. But seeing the place that they were fighting in and how that worked, I instantly thought they really can do a Super Smash Bros. Thing. There really could be a tournament pitting all these different characters together that I can see on the big screen. Question is, how would you do it? Would you do the original Super Smash Bros. Or would you try to conjoin all these other, like, new characters and these new Super Smash Bros. That they've been making into one? Because I know there's Brawl, I know there's Ultimate, but I'm wondering how many characters you can do in this. I'm trying to remember the main characters that you had in the original one, because I played the Nintendo 64 version of it, and I knew that one a lot more than Brawl and Ultimate. But I really do think it's going to happen, and I think that would be very awesome. I know there's rumors about Donkey Kong spinoff still happening. I'm not sure. I haven't heard any other news besides that. I just heard it's most likely in development, but I'm still going to be seated for that one. Like, once again, this is my childhood. Got to see it. But I'm wondering what other stuff they can do, because these movies, let's be for real, and I hate to be a guy who talks about the box office, but it's making a bunch of money. Like, the first weekend for Super Mario Galaxy, it made $370 million. That is incredible. They were tracking there in 350. It made $20 million more. They're going to make more movies. The money is there. I think Super Mario, the first one, made $1.5 billion or $1.4 billion, which is insane to me still. But no matter what, I think they should do it. Like, only other small thing I would say, please, maybe make it a bit longer, maybe a bit. If you can't, try to figure out a way to get these movies out a little faster. Super Mario Bros. Came out in 2022 or 2023, and then now we getting in 2026. Like, I know I always say for Avatar, I can wait because I love it, but I feel like with Super Mario, it's a little different because this is something shorter. I know animation is very hard, but I think for these movies, I'm feeling a little bit more towards it should come out a little quicker. It should. But I know it's hard. I know Illumination, they take a long time with the animation. Their animation looks incredible. Like, I would put it up there too with Sony Pictures or Sony Animated Pictures because they do a good job. Like, the Minions movies look good. Despicable Me, what's it called? Sing, all that looks good. I know it takes time, but with Super Mario, with the money it's making and everything and all the fandom that is there, I just really do think there should be a little bit more urgency to make it a little bit quicker. Maybe just a year quicker or something. I know that's a lot to ask for, but I would love that. I would love it. If people can wait, then I'll go with it and be like, people can, then I'll wait. But I don't know. I just think this movie, as cool as it was, as fast as it was, wanted a little bit more. Just a little bit. But still very fun to watch. If I had to give my official rating on this, 1 out of 10, I would give it a 7. I would. The first Super Mario Bros. Movie, I gave it a 7 as well. If I watch it again, I might go a little bit higher. But this one, I'm going to keep it on the same level as Super Mario Bros. Like, it was cool. It looked incredible. I love that this was about the galaxy and you did travel to the places from the games. But I do have to knock it a little bit because it is shorter. And I don't think it was as funny as the first one, too. But still, I love that we're getting this type of world with this type of animation. And I also love that we know there's going to be more. I don't know if there has been a panel to showcase. I don't know if Nintendo does anything or if Illumination does anything. I don't know if they've showcased some stuff or ideas on what the plan is for Super Mario. But I would love to see like a game plan for it, because I know this is one of the cinematic universes you have to have. Like, you have to. And whether it's a Princess Peach spinoff movie, whether it's something with Toad, whether it's combining with Sonic. I know that was a little bit of a rumor. I doubt that will happen, but I would love for it to happen. But I would love to see something with that. I would love to see a map. Where are we going? And if it's Super Smash Bros., yep. If we get a Fox spinoff too, I'm a freak out. Like, I would love that movie. But I'm just impressed with this movie. Yes, it was fast, but it was impressive how they still had the story going and you could still follow. And I just really love the animation. Like, the parkour was insane. I think Bowser was okay in this one. Thought he was better in the first one. But this was still an impressive movie. And yeah, 7 out of 10. Somebody asked me before, and I thought it was a really good question. Would I choose the Sonic universe or the Super Mario universe? And that is tough. That is very tough. Because once again, these Super Mario Bros. Movies aren't bad at all. They're actually really cool, really good. But with Sonic, it just does... I love... not even just the cameos, just the way Sonic is, the way Sonic looks, the way Sonic moves, and all these characters. And the fact that they have Jim Carrey as stinking Robotnik or stinking Eggman, A+ to me. So I thought about it. I'm going to choose the Sonic universe over Super Mario, but I'm still very glad that we have both of these movies killing it in the box office, killing it with the fans, and still continuing to make movies. But I got to go with Sonic. Like, I can't wait for Sonic 4, but I can't wait to see what the heck is going on with Super Mario, because that third movie... it's almost like Avatar with these movies. Like, you can't stop Super Mario. You can't. It's going to make another billion. It's going to be awesome. But I have fun with these movies, and I hope all of you guys do too. And I would love to hear exactly what you all thought about this movie. Like, I would love to see you guys watch it on the biggest screen ever, because I watched it in the IMAX. But if you guys have a 4D theater close to you, I think you would have incredible fun watching this in 4D. And even in Dolby or whatever, like, just go out to theaters and watch it. Even if you're watching in standard, it's still a good time. Like, I know you would have a lot of fun, unless you just really don't enjoy fun. You're the fun police, or you want a serious story and you want to go watch Super Mario for some reason. But just go have fun with this movie. This is a fun time. This is so fun. Go with your friends. If you want to go on a date and watch it, by all means, go. Just hope that, she or he got a sense of humor. But it was really nice to watch this movie, and I hope you guys have a good time watching it too. 7 out of 10. Guys, we have seen the trailer. We have heard that Zendaya and Robert Pattinson working on a movie, and that movie was The Drama. And man, the first time I heard about this movie, I didn't even know what to think. Like, The Drama. Like, what are we thinking? Is it obviously maybe it's some drama, but what type? Because once again, this is a movie that's being produced by A24, and A24 does a very good job with not I don't want to say tricking you, but like having a different perspective than any other director would. Like it's not a normal movie. I don't think any of their movies are the norms. Like they're always something different, and I love that. Like went to go see Death of a Unicorn, and even though obviously it wasn't the best movie ever, it was still a fun movie to watch, and it was still a very impressive and well done movie. Tell a story about stinging killer unicorns. But that's just what you get with A24, and this was a trip. This was a very I had the right when I finished the movie, I had to get out theater and really like process what the heck I saw. I know literally there's some drama or controversy that I saw. Like there was one about the director I don't really know too much about. I'm not going to speak on it. There's another one about people or fans feeling like they were bamboozled or tricked into thinking the movie was going to go one way, but it went another way, which I mean, I just explained. That's what A24 is about with their movies and stuff. But I was impressed with the drama of this movie. Like it really doesn't just capture you and keeps you on edge the whole time, but it does a good job of building up to it. If you guys don't know what the drama's about, it's about Emma, played by Zendaya, and Charlie, played by Robert Pattinson, who are a couple who are about to get married, tie the knot. And before they get married, a certain thing gets revealed to both of them that just really test their relationship. It really asks them, do I really want to marry this person? Do I really want, no matter what happens in the past, can I look away from that? Can I look past that and just be able to marry this person? And the way they test that in this movie really took me out. When I first saw the trailer, and if you guys haven't seen my trailer reaction, please go watch it, because I'm going to watch it again and I'm going to be like, dang, I did not expect what the heck I was in for. But now let's get into spoilers. And this was the tough part of the movie, the very tough part of the movie. So when I watched the trailer, I was thinking Robert Pattinson's character, Charlie, was the person who did the certain thing. I thought it was maybe he cheated. I thought maybe he killed someone in the past. Maybe I don't know, just anything. He probably did it just because of the body language that I was reading from Zendaya and just the energy and vibe that was coming from both of them. That's not at all what happened. So the movie shows us instantly how they met, how they are, how happy they are, and who their friends are. And during this time, they're showing us different things that they are doing towards their wedding. Like, and it's very well edited at the start, very well like construed. And I loved how it really captured my attention instantly. But the one scene that I knew just some bombshell was going to happen, because I was waiting. Like, it was still early in the morning, early in the movie, but there was just something that I knew they're going to show us the drama now, like now. So the very scene that gets us into this is they're taste testing different things, wines, different drinks, food. And while they're doing that, somebody asks, what's the worst thing you've ever done? And there's a couple over here, and then there's Charlie and Emma over there, and they're both just naming different wacky, weird things that they've done. One person says that they let an ex get beat up on or chewed on by a dog and they hid behind them. Another person says they did something horrible to a person that seemed mentally challenged. But then when Emma and Charlie go up, Charlie says something simple, he bullied somebody online. But then Emma, and this was the mic drop. This was the mic drop that really screwed everybody up. It screwed me up in the theater. Didn't expect it. Emma says that the worst thing she ever did was that she planned to do a school shooting. Instantly, right when I heard that, because at first I was thinking, once again, I thought Robert Pattinson's drama was the biggest thing. I thought when he said he bullied a kid online, I thought that was going to lead to something more. I thought I was going to be like, oh, maybe it connects. No. When Emma says this, everyone, at first they're thinking she's joking. She's like, no, yeah, I didn't go through with it, but I planned it, and yeah, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, wow. And my feelings were just so screwed up, because then the girlfriend on the other side, her name was Rachel, her whole demeanor changed. And I know some of them, it didn't really seem like they were that drunk when I was watching, but I know Emma in the middle of that scene later says that she's drunk, she doesn't she apologizes, all that. But then Rachel flips out on her and starts saying, like, you're a terrible person, like, my cousin, she's in a wheelchair because of a school shooting. And I'm understanding her point of view. And that was also the tough thing about this. Like, You never you when you're learning about Emma, when you're getting to know her character, you do not see this. You do not get the vibe at all that she would do something like that. And so, just like Charlie, just like Rachel, their characters looking in disbelief at what they just heard, us in the audience, me especially, is just sitting there like, oh my gosh. And the way they play it off, the way they're asking her questions, the way they're flipping out on her, it's tough because once again, that's Zendaya. And we all love Zendaya, but then her character is Emma. You're just looking and you're just figuring out, just like Charlie, why the heck would you plan something like that? What was going on? And when she's explaining all this stuff, it's still like wild because it's like we would never expect this from you from the little that we learned from you. Compared to Charlie, who felt like he's known her, obviously he knows her in this movie better than us. It's freaking Mariner. But it's just so crazy to have that come up and just throw us all off. And I really like the way this movie played with that. And I don't want to say played with that, but how the movie incorporated that mainly into the plot and how it played or it messed with other people's like intention or not intentions, but really messed with their emotions and really asked themselves, could I really be with this person? Could I even let friends around this person? And it really just screwed me up, but I was impressed. I was like Zendaya, Robert Pattinson during that whole thing. Like there wasn't really an argument. It was more of like Charlie is trying to figure out and is just so curious the whole time, asking her a million questions, trying to understand exactly where the process came from, how this built up. And you see that he's kind of understanding, but then you really also see that he isn't because it's like us in the theater. We still don't understand why this happened. And it shows us flashbacks of her childhood, which were very rough to watch, like in my opinion. Like I'm just sitting there and I'm feeling bad, but I'm also like, how dare you? But it's just like, wow. And then, what's it called? There's more stuff that happens. Like, apparently before she did the school shooting, another shooting happened, and it stopped her from doing it. And when she's a kid, I guess the way she was sounding very passionate towards certain things that were leading towards gun control, and I believe she joined a group that was a support group for that. And when Rachel found out about that, obviously she let out a big laugh. And, you know, Rachel, she's dealing with it her own way. But it was just tough. Like, I want to ask you guys, how would you do with something like that if one of your loved ones told you later on that even if it's not even just planned a school shooting, just something crazy or like something evil like that, like how would you take it? And I just want to ask, would you still accept them? Like during that, like would you still be able to love that person after learning something crazy like that? And that's just something that the movie really tests throughout like the whole plot. Like I'm still kind of I'm still messed up by it. And I'm not saying I hated the movie. I actually really liked it. It's just thinking about that over and over again. Like whatever your loved one has done in the past, can you really get past that and really like go through with either continuing the relationship and getting to the next level of marriage? And wow. Once again, I just want to give a big shout out to Zendaya and Robert Pattinson because they were incredible. Like their chemistry was really good. And I'm sorry, like I know I'm not trying to say they should be married or anything. Like I'm so happy Tom and her are together, but they really did work very well together in this movie. Like I really did feel like they were a legit couple that was going through it. Like I could see them together. Once again, apologize, but that's just a testament to their acting. Like they were incredible. Like I'm proud of. It's just funny that Robert Pattinson got another role like this because recently, or last, I think 4 or 5 months ago, I saw Robert Pattinson in a movie called Die My Love with almost messed that up. I almost said Kristen Stewart. But he basically played the boyfriend of a woman. I'm gonna call Katniss Everdeen. I apologize, but he was a boyfriend who, just like in this movie, was not neglecting Emma as much. But in Die My Love, he was going through the motions of living in a quiet, to itself type of area. And once again, just like he cheated on his loved one in Die My Love, he also cheated on Emma for a second in the drama. And it's just crazy to see him in these different roles, especially the fact that the whole time I'm also saying in my head, this is Batman. Like his range is just incredible to me. Like he can go from that to this. And just be an incredible actor on screen. Same with Zendaya. Like I know Zendaya, we've all seen her. Like my first introduction to her was Shake It Up, but to see her in all these different movies and showcase her talent, it's just incredible. And I think The Drama was definitely one of her best performances in my opinion. There's still one other movie, and I think it was with uh John David Washington that I still need to watch with them, that I want to see how she did in that one. But I've never been unimpressed or dissatisfied with any role she's been in. I think one of the most impressive ones was Challengers to me, because that one was hard to watch because I was having a hard time rooting for Zendaya. Only because she was a very manipulative person, but also very addicting in the movie. And also its Challengers, the shots were incredible. But she's just unbelievably talented. And I can't wait to see her. Like, the fact that this is the start, then you have Spider-Man Brand New Day, then you have The Odyssey, then you have Dune. It's just unbelievable. And I don't know if the rumors are true. I know there was a rumor, very big rumor, saying that after these movies come out, she's done. But I would really hope to see her in more stuff, like later on. I know it's different. Like she's married. She might be having a kid in the future, and she's just having a very successful time. It's like, why not stop it and just retire at an all-time high? I won't be mad if she does, but I would really love to see what more she can do. But then again, what more can she do? She's going to be in a Christopher Nolan movie. She's going to be in an MCU movie. And now she's going to, she's in an A24 movie. It just came out. But it's just incredible how it's just crazy how she's gone from Disney to this. And that's incredible. Huge shout out to Alana Haim and Mamadou Athi. And I apologize if I messed those names up. But they were really good in this movie as well. That was the other couple who was wrestling with this as well. I really loved Mike. That's his name. And Charlie's friendship. They really did a good job of giving them as many scenes as possible whenever he was trying to even just talk to a friend and even just have a moment to get away, to air out like what he's thinking, besides in front of Emma. Impressive. And then Rachel, even though she was getting on my nerves a couple of times, only because of how angry she got, but then once again, you understand why she's angry. She did a very good job. Very good job. But yeah, man, this movie, really, really tough roller coaster, and the drama that just continues on through it to connect to the final wedding, insane. But I really enjoyed it. I really did. And my official review or rate on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. I will. I do not know if I could watch it again. I think I probably could, but it's going to be tough because once again, even though this movie is about the drama and is about this this engaged couple trying to navigate, can I still marry this person after everything they've done? They highlighted, or did not highlight, but they did bring up many points and talked a lot about gun violence in America. And they did showcase some of that. They didn't actually show a school shooting, but they did talk a lot about statistics. They did bring up crazy facts, I believe, on how dangerous it is and how worse it's gotten over the years. And it just sucks because school shootings are terrible, man. They are. Like, I hope that for the future, we can figure out a way to decrease school shootings and to also find better ways to avoid it. Best thing I could think of, and one of the like craziest scenes in the movie that had me thinking was when, I believe it was when Charlie, Rachel, and Mike were sitting down talking about school shootings. And Charlie's character is British. He is from, I believe, the United Kingdom. And he was bringing up the fact that, well, this is an American thing. Like, this is a crazy thing that goes on. And Rachel and Mike, I believe, chimed in and they started talking about how, well, you never know who it can be or like who could do something like that. And while they're speaking, the camera goes down to the public in New York and just goes to different people. Like, it flashes to one person, it goes to the next person, it goes to the next person. And it shows them in different emotions, whether they're just walking, whether they're experiencing anger, whether it's somebody. And it really just makes me realize you really do not know when something like that can happen. You don't know the process of even like what goes into somebody's mind of like wanting to do something like that. And it's just crazy. One thing is, check on people. You never know what can be in somebody's head. Like, it's vice versa with different stuff. Like, talk to people. Like, make sure they're okay. Like, if they aren't, recommend help. if it's as simple as having a conversation, even just being there for them, be there for them. But you really never know who can do something like that, and it sucks. But I'm a very high advocate on stop bullying. I hate bullies. I hate them, and it just stinks that that is also another thing that can lead into it. That was one thing that I always wish never happened upon kids. Like, if I saw somebody having a bad day, or even if I saw like what it looked like could be somebody bullying somebody, I'd step in. I'd try to stop it. I'd try to even make sure the person's okay. Somebody tells me they're getting messed with, make sure that it doesn't lead to something else. But you just never know, man. And I know, I'm sorry to bring the mood down. I know it's PhilmPod. We always got vibes up, but I just want to say, please talk to people. If you see a bully, stop a bully, please. But please let's just be there for each other. Let's be there for each other. And I don't know what the best way to do. Like, I know people talk about all this and that, but just talk to people and make sure people are okay. Please. But yeah, once again, I like the movie. 8 out of 10. And if you guys do watch it, please go see it with loved ones that you can. No, I'm not going to say loved ones that you can be around. I'm going to say just go watch it in a theater with some other people and hear their reactions, hear how they react to certain things, certain conversations, and watch it with some people you're cool with, obviously. But definitely just make sure everybody's okay around you, for real. All right, guys, we have reached our what we've been watching section. And just to kick off, two things to start off. First thing, I've been watching Daredevil Born Again. I've been watching Daredevil Born Again season 2, and I'm caught up. I finished episode 4 last night, and wow, this so far is, I believe this is better than season 1. I really like Daredevil Born Again season 2, and it's not even just because we started off with understanding Kingpin's range of power, how much it's grown, along with Matt Murdock / Daredevil, like how insane he's starting to get, but the fights are so much better. The pace is very fast, which I'm really liking a little bit more. But it's also just the buildup of what I'm guessing is the more of the resistance thing. Like, I'm a sucker for always watching a resistance to a higher authoritative power. I'll always love seeing how like a group like that can take down a big evil like that. And it's also cool to see how powerful Kingpin's getting. And it's getting worse and worse. And through these episodes, like, I love how we're on episode 4, and the big issue still, I mean, apparently now, spoiler alert, is that the shipping containers are still being unstocked. And now you're finding out why, because there's weapons that Kingpin needs. And I feel like Kingpin got way worse because he has a group of people on the ship, and they spoke Russian, so I believe they are Russian, but they were innocent people helping out, and he blew up the ship. And it was crazy to see him, and he was a phone call away too. He just went, do it, you know what to do, and just blew up everything with the people there. And it just sucks to see that. But the real big highlight that I know Izzy talked about it before, which I'm going to give a huge shout out to him because he put me on. But when it comes to Bullseye, I think we just saw the coolest scene, in my opinion, of Bullseye ever. And it's a diner scene. I still can't get it out of my head. I thought the build up to it was incredible. And the accuracy that he has on his throws is unbelievable. Like, I literally think if you give Brody some type of nuclear pen and he launched it towards Thanos, he'd probably one piece him. Or one punch man him. He probably would. Like, that dude, I don't know how you can be that accurate. Like, MLB should be recruiting that guy. Dodgers, come on now. We need ourselves a Bullseye. But his character is so interesting. Like, it really is. Now he's trying to be a good guy, I guess, in his own way. And his whole mission now is to kill the Kingpin. And the way episode 4 ends, I can't wait for episode 5, because Vanessa gets hurt. I do not know if she's dead officially, but she gets caught in the crossfire with Bullseye, Kingpin at a boxing event, and a piece of glass gets stuck on the side of her head right here, literally right here. And she faints. There's a lot of blood, and episode ends right there with Matt chasing Bullseye into the streets. I do not know how crazy this next fight is going to be, but the opening to it, insane. Matt, Karen, and all the other Resistance people, I really love the story so far, and I am so curious on how much bigger they're going to get, because there's definitely an army that's going to be formed, and I'm just so interested to see who's gonna join, how big it's gonna get, and if they really can stop Kingpin. I still don't understand how Brody is so powerful, but he's still one of my favorite villains in the MCU. Like, I love him. He's a mafia boss who's just super strong, like stinking Captain America, just because he's super strong. He's an evil One Punch Man. Like, I'm gonna be for real. But I just really enjoyed this show so far. And the next thing I've been watching so far is Hunter x Hunter. And this is an anime, if you guys don't know, that is very dearly loved by a lot of the anime community. So far, I watched it before, or not watched it or finished it, but I've been in the process of watching it, and I stopped when I got to episode 84. I am recently now, I just got to episode 100, and I'm in the middle of the Chimera Ant arc, and this is an arc that everyone who is a fan of Hunter x Hunter really loves. This is the big one. And so far, I just want to say, once again, 100 episodes in, I respect it. I don't know if I still would have this up there for me. I don't fully like it. There are some arcs that I have liked, but it's been so long for me. Like One Piece, I know that's long. I honestly probably would prefer this over One Piece. And I'm not even that strong of an anime dude when it comes to it. I'm really not. Still new to it. But I am impressed with what they've done with the power level in Hunter x Hunter. I have been impressed with the fights in Hunter x Hunter, some of them. But I guess that just gets too silly for me sometimes. And I know that's anime a lot of times. Like, there's going to be silliness. It's cartoon. Or not cartoon, but it's animated. That's what's going to happen. But there is points in my mind where I'm just like, this does feel overhyped. This does feel overrated. But once again, this does feel better than a lot of animes I've seen, like in the past. This does feel better. This does seem better orchestrated. Like, I really do like Gon and Killua. Like, I think their friendship really impresses me, especially Killua, who's always trying to like have the back of Gon because he knows Gon is a really good dude and a really good like kid, I guess. I don't know. But you know what? That actually is probably the thing that's still keeping me like on Hunter x Hunter. The fact that Killua and Gon are that, not just that they train crazy, like when they're learning Nen and Zetsu, I believe, they're just really, it's really cool to see them there for each other, no matter what, like wherever they go. But I am going to still have an open mind with this because I know, once again, I'm only 100 episodes in. And I know for other people, they're like, 100 episodes in, that's an only thing? I'm on episode 780 or whatever of One Piece. And I'm still nowhere near the end. But, you know, I do respect Hunter x Hunter. I just still think it's overhyped. There's a couple animes I probably put over it, like for sure. But I'm going to finish it and I'm going to see what exactly the hype is about. I'm going to see if this does live up. Because I've talked to some friends. They've been like, I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I think you should just keep going. Like, this is the best anime ever. I don't believe that so far. But they're telling me later on, when you get past that episode 100, when you're watching the final stage of the Chimera Ant arc, and then even the final episodes, it's worth it. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the heck's going on. But yeah, I'm going to be here. I'm going to see if this is really what it's all about. I'm going to see if the hype is real. And Wes, I'm going to finish it. This is the friend who keeps always telling me to watch it. But I'm trying to think of anything else I've been watching lately. I've been trying to watch some of the stuff I've gotten on Apple TV. I've been super busy, though. Watching a lot of baseball. Dodgers have been doing their thing. Thank God. Lakers, we lost Lucas, so I'm kind of taken out. But yeah, it's just been... finished 007, Daniel Craig's 007 movies. And I can't believe I didn't talk about that before. Finally have a ranking for them. Finally. Just to get it out there, I really do think Casino Royale is the best James Bond movie out of all of them for him. Maybe even might be just the best James Bond movie. I know there's going to be fans talking about the originals from the 70s or 60s. I'm sorry, they can't touch Daniel Craig. They really can't. Like, Daniel Craig as James Bond is brilliant. I don't know why I've ever thought, like, he was okay. Through these movies, it was just cool to see how smooth he is, how violent he is, and how much of an actual psychopath he seems like. Because if you think about it, I think somebody was talking about in one of the movies, I think it was not Skyfall, I think it was Spectra, what they talked about, and I pretty much gave him the nickname Crash Out 7 because of Spectra. Or it was, yeah, because of Spectra. And it's just crazy to think that James Bond, as smooth and as, like, cool as he he really does. He really is insane. He really is a murderer who like is trained by the MI6 to do these top secret missions and kill all these people. Like, and I thought it was cool that they really go into that. Like, he isn't just the smooth guy who gets the girl or girls, because Brody got the craziest riz of all time, but he really is a trained MI6 operative who sticks to the mission and is very cold. Like, Brody is super cold. Like, Daniel Craig's James Bond is unbelievably cold. I felt like with Pierce Brosnan, who really is my favorite James Bond, I still feel like he was smooth and pretty kind. But with Daniel Craig, he had his kind moments, but Brody was a full-on crash out when it came to it. Like, he definitely was killing people on sight without even asking questions. But definitely, without a doubt, number 1, Casino Royale. Number 2, Skyfall. Number 3, No Time to Die, and I actually really like No Time to Die. That was a very good James Bond movie. Number 4, Spectre, and then number 5, Quantum of Solace. I had to put Quantum of Solace down below because it was very short compared to the other movies. I did not like the villain, and there were way too many like awkward cuts out of the blue in that movie. Like, there was one that I remember with the airport when he was checking his bag in, and then they had an awkward cut where he instantly just you have to see it to believe it. It was so awkward, but No Time to Die, I really was shook because a lot of my friends, because I never finished the Daniel Craig James Bond movies, a lot of my friends did, and they really did not like No Time to Die. They said it was based, wasn't all that good, it was overrated. I think I was close to putting No Time to Die over Skyfall. I just couldn't put No Time to Die over Skyfall because I think it's so cool how in Skyfall, James Bond has something happen to him, or Daniel Craig James Bond has, like, he nearly dies, and he's trying to get himself back. He's trying to get back to that 007, title, because he's not fighting like himself, he's not shooting like himself, he's out of the game, he's been out of the game for a while, and it was so cool to see him get back on top and even feel stronger than ever. So, definitely a movie I appreciate way more. I think the first time I watched it when I was a kid, I didn't like it that much. I gave it a 6 out of 10, but now I give it an 8 out of 10. Like, that's a very good movie. But Casino Royale, best introduction, best fight scenes, not best fight scenes. I'm gonna say just the introduction to him was cool, and then the poker scenes. I thought the card scenes were so cool when he's playing with all these villains and they're trying to kill him in the middle of these poker games. And I really like the villain. Villain was really good. He's probably one of my favorite villains. That was probably another reason why I put No Time to Die really low, because I didn't really. It's not that I didn't like the villain. Love Brody who plays him, but I wish he was in Spectra. I wish that dude was in Spectra. If he was in Spectra and I got a sense of him and how much evil he was, more evil he was, I probably would have liked him more. I think Christoph Waltz as the villain in Spectra, I think I liked him more than the villain in No Time to Die. But I don't know. I'm just whatever with it. But yeah, Casino Royale, Skyfall, No Time to Die, Spectra, Quantum of Solace. But I'm just impressed. I'm going to try to do Pierce Brosnan again. I love watching his movies. If I watch it again, maybe I'll make Daniel Craig my favorite James Bond, but I need to watch them all again. Can't wait to watch Thinking Just Another Day. I can't, or whatever. I just can't wait to watch his movies again. But yeah, that was film. And thank you guys for staying so long to watch the section of what we've been watching. But anyways, whether you're new to movies or a season fan, you are in the right place. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow PhilmPod on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure to hit the bell as well. For my audio listeners, we have a Spotify account that you all definitely should be subscribing to, following, and listening, because I got a good voice, man. I got a new mic, and it sounds incredible. And just can't wait for when these movies come out in the summer. We got Supergirl, we got Spider-Man Brand New Day, which you guys really should not miss it when I review that movie. You really shouldn't. Look at this. Come on. Look at this. Come on. You guys know it was my destiny to review Spider-Man movie. Destiny. But make sure to stay safe, take it easy, and peace, y'all.